Number 29 overall. This is the last one we're talking about today. Titans trading up to the first round. You have 3 teams now trading into the end of the first round here to get 2 first-round picks. Titans already grabbed Cam Ward, number 1 overall, and we did this in our last mock draft too. I think we had Luther Burden fall in the second round, but you have them trading up to the first round to make sure they get Cam Ward, one of the top receivers in this draft, and Luther Burden. I don't understand why Burden is falling to the second round in a lot of mock drafts right now. Actually, on the consensus board, he is currently the number 34 overall player. So he is right now a projected second-round pick. I don't agree with that right now. I think this guy is easily worth a top 20, top 25 selection. But you wanted to get Cam Ward, a top weapon there, and Luther Burden, number 29.
Yeah, the Titans sitting at 35 right now because they actually don't have a lot of draft capital. That might even be their only day 2 pick. So there is also a chance they trade down from 35. But let's just say they want to get aggressive for a guy like Luther Burden, right? And a guy who's a dynamic player with the ball in his hands. To me, I mean, you just look at the Titans receiver room right now. Calvin Ridley, cool. Van Jefferson, Treylon Burks, James Prochet. I mean, there's not a whole lot to work with here in this receiver room for Cam Ward in that first overall pick. So, look, they could trade up to get a guy that they want. They could wait and see what's there at 35. They could trade down from 35. It's kind of a weird spot right at the top of the second round where you go, do they get aggressive and just take a potential star in Luther Burden? You know, obviously they got to develop him right and use him right. Or do they trade back? This is one where, I think there is going to be a theme here. At some point, you got to get Cam Ward another weapon, assuming that's who we're taking. Because right now it's Calvin Ridley. And that's it. That's really what we're looking at there. Treylon Burks didn't work. Brian Callahan, I don't even think he's tied to him. That draft was a while ago now. Van Jefferson's always been just a third or fourth type guy. He's okay. He's an okay vertical threat. But I think to add, think about, okay, Ridley on one side, Jefferson as a vertical threat on the outside. You put Luther Burden right between him in the slot. That's where he wants to live, right? So maybe, look, could be wrong on that one. They could trade down and say maybe you want a slot guy? Go get Ward's guy from Miami, Xavier Restrepo, maybe a Jack Bash, somebody like that. But I think the idea again here is to just how aggressive are they going to be? But the Titans they got to come out with more weapons out of this draft. Have to. And which is the case also for trading down from 35 in the second round. But here wanted to get that idea out there of, look, if a Luther Burden is sitting there and he's not going to go in the top 20 like we originally thought, and he's going to be closer to his borderline first, second round guy, and Tennessee's a good spot for him. You have to get ahead of Cleveland.
Yep.
Maybe you have to get ahead of Philadelphia because we never know what they're up to, right? Those are the teams I think about that could take Burden also. But that's the idea. The Titans are going to – look, if you're going to have a new quarterback, you got to have guys to throw to. And Burden, I think, would be a really good one in their offense.
No, absolutely. You got to surround Cam Ward with as much talent as possible. They already spent money in the offensive line already in Tennessee, but adding a guy like Luther Burden and trading up to the first round for it makes sense because you just need more in that receiving room right now. And like I said before, Luther Burden, I would take in the top 20, top 25 picks. He might be available late first round, early second round at this point, the way his stock seems to be falling, which I don't really understand too much of that. But Luther Burden would provide an immediate upgrade to that receiving core in Tennessee, so I like that a lot. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.